Will you be supporting Steve Scalise?
Yes, I encourage colleagues to do so. I think it's important we come together, and I've offered to nominate Steve on the House floor.
In our spotlight, the drama is dragging on in the search for the next Speaker of the House. A majority of Republicans voting to nominate House Majority Leader Steve Scalise to replace Kevin McCarthy as Speaker. Scalise edging out rival Congressman Jim Jordan in an anonymous closed-door vote. But will a handful of Republicans stand in the way of Scalise getting elected despite Jordan endorsing him for the job? Let's bring back our panel, Mike, Heidi, and John. And joining us from the Capitol Hill is Jay O'Brien. Jay, more than a dozen Republicans still refusing to back Scalise. Can he win him over? Where do we stand?
Yeah, the key word at this hour, Elizabeth, is uncertainty. We don't know if Scalise can pick up the votes he needs overnight or over the weekend, or if we're voting next week. The other thing we don't know is when a vote will be scheduled. And John and Heidi can tell you leadership elections are never this uncertain in the modern era.
Well, and Heidi, talk about that. And the fact that is Steve Scalise the one here who is going to be able to ultimately unite the Republican Party, even if he does get those votes on the floor?
I have no idea, but if you're the Republican Party, in the next 12 months, you're trying to convince the American people, guess what? We want to lead the country. They can't even govern themselves, and this is a bad look for the Republican Party.
Well, John, right, a bad look. Scalise actually looks like he lost some votes today from members who had originally supported him. Where's this going to end up? How long is this going to take?
Well, let us be said here and now that bipartisanship does work, because I completely agree with what Heidi's saying. They're killing themselves right now. And there's not an end in sight. I talked to a lot of folks in the Republican Party today in Washington, and there's no end in sight. And I think that now these far-right folks are so empowered from the previous election that they're almost inability to get to yes. They can't get to yes, and this is going to be a long, long slog.
A long slog. I don't know. Mike Muse, final word to you. Maybe they should bring back Kevin McCarthy. What do you think?
They probably should, but he said he doesn't want it. I don't think Scalise gets it. I think ultimately it's going to be a name that we haven't discussed yet that is going to emerge as they try and figure out some type of consensus.
Mike, Heidi, John, and Jay, thank you so much for being on the panel tonight. And thank you for streaming with us. I'm Elizabeth Schulze. Follow us on ABC News Live on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and more. Coming up at 7 p.m. Eastern, be sure to catch ABC News Live Prime with Lindsay Davis for the day's biggest stories and the impact that they have on you. The news never stops, and neither do we. Keep it right here on ABC News Live.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.